This time I'm going to be doing my self-portrait using the HP5 plus 400 film. This one is not expired like my last experiment, and I will be using the Intrepid camera. The portraits that I took yesterday, I finally got to see them today in the afternoon, and I only got 4 portraits, well, 3 portraits and a still life that I did early yesterday. And the thing was that I made a huge mistake yesterday because I have 8 exposures, 8 film sheets that I worked on yesterday. And the first batch, it was totally my mistake because I didn't realize that the developer was expired, and that was my first mistake. I don't know, I think I was too distracted yesterday. Anyway, it happens. So it just came out completely transparent, the exposures. So anyway, it's okay, you live and learn. But the other 4 came out really, really nice. The portrait that I did of my sister, I like it, but the problem is that I didn't focus her eyes, so it's kind of blurry from this part. And I have a little problem with this Intrepid camera because I feel like the glass from the back, it's too dark, it has a lot of frosting, and it really messes me with how I see images. So even if I was wearing glasses and everything, I just couldn't focus enough, even with a dark cloth, to help me focus the lens anyway. So today I said, okay, I'm going to try again, do it another self-portrait, because also the results from those portraits, there is something there in the image that I don't like a vignette or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but I figured that I had to change something within my exposure to not have this, I don't know, it's like a dark spot between like the first half of the portrait anyway. So I fixed it, and I'm just, now that I already developed the new batch of sheets, I see that image, that like obstruction from the light, is not there anymore. So I think I fix it because I changed my shutter speed. I used yesterday 125, so now today I use 60, and I'm also using the strobes, the flash, so they work perfectly. And I used 60 as a shutter speed, f8, and the ISO of the film is 400. So everything, I think it's going to be really nice with these ones. I all just finished like this instant. I finished with those developing process. So now they are getting dry in the bathroom. So maybe I come back in 2 or 3 hours and see the final results, and then scan them and see how the final look of these portraits is. So I'm very excited for that part. I needed to do something like this week. I'll be back later and keep you posted on how everything turned out, and I'm going to show you the final portraits on the computer. And I think maybe next week I will go to the dark room and do some printing as well. So see you in a bit. I'm going to show you just the negatives that I got in the end. The first ones, the first day that I did self-portraits, my idea was to create self-portraits using just 2 different backgrounds. But when I did the images, the portraits, but the thing was that it was all my fault. I think my mind was somewhere else. Because, this week and the past 2 weeks have been really, quite different, and I don't know, my mind is not where it's supposed to be, and it showed in the first 4 images that I developed because I did everything wrong. The chemical was expired. I didn't even realize that, and of course, nothing came up from these 4 negatives. The first 4 exposures, the negative just came out really like clear, just like clear, so nothing. And so there it goes for exposures. And then I had other 4. I did, let me see, it's this one. I did, let me see if you can see these ones over there. Okay, these ones, these first 2 over here, I'm going to put the images on the screen. The first ones are the self-portrait with the white background. I mean, it's white-ish. And then I did another portrait of my sister, and I did still life. And these ones came out really, really well. The thing is that I use also a strobe light. I use my radio to sync my light to the shutter. And I wanted also to do that because I barely use that camera that way. So it was something that I'm glad I tried because it worked really well. The only thing that there is something there in the image that if you know how I can work it out and solve this, that there's like half of this part of the negative, it's a little bit darker, and the bottom half is a little bit lighter, and I don't know. So anyway, it came up almost like the same, but this time, hopefully, I mean, this time everything was great. Okay, I love the portraits because also like trying to, if you see, here's the cable to the trigger, so I have to be like posing and then kind of trying to smile and to figure out if I'm within the frame. So the first 3 ones, my face looks like not really great, not awful, and I'm of course judging my appearance myself, but I didn't love the portraits. But the second day I did it again, and one of them, that's my favorite. So trying this part with the Intrepid camera, it was just a great success, an experiment. I also did some changes around here for developing black and white film. And because here in the studio, if you see over there, where you see the lamp, over there in the corner, that's where I have my sink and everything where I develop. I'm still using that, but I usually, when I work with 35 millimeter film, with the regular film, I use the changing back to to load my camera and to just do all the process there. But when you are using this type of camera, when I have to do all the process of putting fresh film here, it's just a struggle. It's a really big struggle to do it with the changing bag. So now I move to my bathroom. I blacked out the window, and now it's completely dark because the door closes really tight. There's not really a lot of light that can come from all the corners from the door, so I can block all the light really tight, really nicely. So now I'm doing all this process of inserting the new sheet films in my bedroom, not here with the black changing back for the process, but I'm still developing everything there, all the chemistry. I do it here in my studio. And then I have other videos with where I use this small scanning bed from the Intrepid camera. I have this like the negative holder, and I put it here. So, and then I just take a photo with my camera and just process it either on Lightroom or Capture One, either one of those. So I really like the results. And I mean, if you ever feel like you're stuck doing photography and don't know where to go with your creativity, with the process, with whatever troubles you in photography, I highly recommend that you try something new, something that you never work with. And for me, it's film photography, because when I learned photography, I did digital, because film photography was not really popular at the time. So everything that I know about photography, about film photography, I have just read it, just books, tutorials on YouTube, and just my own imagination and reasoning on how to do things, because that's really useful when you have an engineering degree also. You are very curious about how things work, so it helps a lot. And of course, all my previous knowledge of photography, it comes really handy when you're trying to work out certain things within photography. So I think, well, this is for this vlog today. I love the images. I love the Intrepid camera. I'm going to keep using it. And I think next week or so, I will be going to the dark room and to do some printing, because I don't have an enlarger here or place to do it. Maybe in, I don't know, I will give it a try, but I'm going to go to another dark room and do some printing, and I want to print that image because I really love it. So, well, anything you want to know about the Intrepid camera, or something about film photography, or just share your own experience doing film photography, just leave a comment over there, subscribe to the channel, and see you the next time.